Okay, so let's do a little bit of an update. All piping, you guys saw from last video, all my piping is done in the ground. I got chambers, the hydro chambers in the ground, sieves in the ground. I got the inlets are basically where my feet at, probably about right here, right there. So you see the inlets are right there. Nice thing about the system though, I can extend those inlets probably to about over here, just with some piping. So about where this black rock is. That way, this whole area through here is going to be spread out before it heads into there. But what that'll allow me to do is this whole area over here. As I get to the point, I'm going to fill it with a little bit more dirt, get the piping in for the pump, and the pump, of course, goes up to the heel through that box, which has the valve. But that will all be leveled off, and that little piece of PVC right there was the main inlet before I started taking it out. So it's actually leveled down, going all the way back. So this whole section is going to be leveled into that section, and I'll kind of fix it so it actually acts like more of a drain. So this whole section will be leveled off and covered with a filament or some sort of fabric, and then covered with dirt. Sorry, covered with stone. And then this whole section through here will be all covered in rock. And so before I can start working on the heel, cutting it in for the waterfall and placing down the rubber mat, I had this whole heel here I had to deal with. And I could have just purchased a bunch of rock and stuck it up there. It was such a steep incline. I knew I'm already going to be... I wanted something a little bit more secure. So this is what I came up with. And the first level here is very loosey-goosey. It's kind of just... Because I pulled out that huge pine tree from this location, I had a lot of root left for that pine tree. So these first two levels are basically fastened into what was left of that root. And that will eventually deteriorate and dissolve, and that's years out. But that bottom level, if that bottom section gives loose, the only thing holding this to this is there is rebar. That's the word. Rebar running through this whole mechanism, the whole structure. So I got rebar from here going down, securing that there. I couldn't secure it down to the ground underneath that because right here is my pipes coming in, and right underneath here is where the hoses are going up to the vortex. So I couldn't do anything underground to do that. So I'm not too worried. If in the future that deteriorates or starts to get wonky, I'm going to just take it out and just put rocks, stack them up there. It won't bother anything, but I had to make sure that those hoses going up were pretty clear. Next level up, once again I had to use that this huge stump is right in there, and what I decided to do is behind the stump, I dug it out and I put about 200 pounds of cement that is basically cemented into here. So 200 pounds of cement. I got the boards coming out to kind of secure the bottom section right here. So I've got the bottom section secured from the top with that footing, and then going out from there into there, and then the top of that section is secured with another 200 pounds of cement, and that's all got rebar through the wood going down. So I'm pretty confident that the rebar holding this into place here, going down through here all the way through there, the rebar holding this in through here, the rebar going in through the cement. So pretty secure with that. Same thing happened on the third level. I put another 200 pounds of cement up here, and so this is going to secure, not only is it secured on the bottom of that footing, but it comes out through here and secures the top of this footing. So I kind of keyed it in the whole way up. And then, of course, on the last way up there is about 150 pounds of cement going up through the top right next to the vortex. And my idea was I've got PVC here running up to run sprinklers on the side of the hill that's not waterfall, and just make sure that stays green. And then I'm going to create a PVC line that goes along the fence that will, each one of those planters, I'm going to start calling them, they're going to have a tree or something in there that's decorative, and that'll do that. But the nice thing is, that's all done. I need to do a little bit of the dirt and PVC, but that's pretty easy to take care of, and start shaping the hill. So my next step, now that that is reasonably done, needs a little more work, but can be fixed in an afternoon, is PVC. I'm sorry, the vortex is right there. I've got to have levels that cut in and go drop, cut in, drop, cut in, drop, all the way down to here. And the whole idea is to have water coming down this hill, and then a nice little stream coming along the retaining wall here. And but that's the challenge. So now I've got to figure out at what point do I put dirt in and cut it away, and I got to plan that all out, especially with this sharp hill right here. The reason I put in all of that retaining wall was because it was such a steep drop that I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do here. Probably cut into it with some pretty high rocks. Don't know, figure it out. But that's where I'm at. Finally able to get back to figuring out how to put the waterfall together. It's not too much to do. I got a lot to do down here. I got the drainage to take care of. I got the main inlet to put in some sprinkler valves, and of course the inlet valve, or the I guess the water coming into the tanks when it needs to be filled, and run electrical out there too. But no, I'm not. That's a few days worth of work. It's not too difficult. But this should be interesting, because I can get the waterfall done. I get rocks in, order some rocks, get this section done, and I can plug it in with an extension cord and just have it going. And then I can start working on the rest of this as time permits. All right, everybody. Have a great day.